I've been shopping again, part 1. Hi everybody, and welcome to another haul video. On Friday 17th of January I went over to Portsmouth primarily to see Star Wars. I hadn't seen it yet, Rise of Skywalker, which I did, very much enjoyed. But then since I was over that way, I thought I'd do some record shopping, especially since it was payday. So I headed into Southsea and hit 2 record shops in Southsea and then hit a record shop in Fareham on my way home. Bought a lot in each, so I will cover each record shop in separate videos. So the first one I went to was Soundz with a Z, which looks like this. And that's in Southsea. I went in there when I went to Southsea about this time last year. But on that occasion I literally just went in, found the Prince section, picked up 12-inch of Let's Go Crazy, bought it and left. I didn't properly look round. So this time I was going to do the job properly. I was in there just under an hour, I think, and you've just seen the stack of records that I bought. Vast majority of these are bulking up the artists who I've decided to collect. There's a couple sort of outside of that, but still people who I sort of collect it. It'll all become clear. Most of these, if not all, were either £5 or £10, and then he did me a deal at the end, which I will get to at the end of the video. I've not properly looked at these, so I will be looking at them as I show them to you. This is going to be fairly long, so let's get cracking straight away. First up, I did pick up a Prince single. This is The Most Beautiful Girl in the World. This is the only format I didn't have this song on. I got it on 12-inch CD single, cassette single, but never got the 7-inch. So pick that up. Doesn't look in brilliant condition. It's not terrible, so it wouldn't surprise me if it skips. But he didn't charge me for it, so it's a nice placeholder if nothing else. Oh, excuse me, I've still got my cough and my cold from Christmas time. Okay, so first up, for my Kinks collection, we have UK Jive, which was a 1989 album. I don't recognise any of the song titles, unsurprisingly for that era. Original inner sleeve with lyrics. It's on London Records. You'll have to forgive the lighting a bit, it's nearly 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I've just finished work. Some light marks on there, but it looks like it'll play fine. And let's say on London. That was £10. Another Kinks. This is State of Confusion. This was also £10. And this is from 1983, and this has got Come Dancing on it, which was probably the first Kinks song I knew. I might have heard some of the others, the big hits before then. I mean, I was 18, 83. I'd been properly into music for a couple of years by then. But, Come Dancing was the first one I remember knowing was a Kinks song and liking. And I know it's not a typical Kinks song, but it's a song I have always loved. Yeah, again, some light marking, but nothing that should affect play, I hope. This is on Arista. Yeah, also the hype sticker. It's not actually a hype sticker, it's built into it. I thought it was a hype sticker, but it's not. So Don't Forget to Dance, that must have also been a single. Then for my Peter Gabriel collection, excuse me, this was only a £5. This is So. I do have this on CD. I have the deluxe CD or whatever it was that came out a few years back, but it's had the live CD on it as well. But since I'm picking all this stuff up on vinyl, for the sake of a fiver. This is obviously his big album with Don't Give Up and Sledgehammer, and Red Rain I think was a single, and In Your Eyes was as well, and Big Time. So lots of singles from it. Again, some light marking, but nothing, hopefully, that will affect play. And this is on Virgin. Obviously, I picked these up. I liked the organisation of the store. There's sort of an 80s section when you went in. Well, I picked up quite a bit of this in, and then sort of classic rock, where I sort of picked up the rest of it, and then there's a funk and soul section and a jazz section and a country section, you know, but it was all very well organised, easy to find stuff, and everything was sort of where you would expect it to be. So these were sort of piled up in group order, but as he was going through it to tally it up, because there were 5s and 10s, he was sort of getting 2 5s together to make the 10, to make it easier for him to add up, so some of them sort of got out of order. So what I say about is we're back to the Kinks. This is low budget, another 80s I think. Oh no, 79, so nearly 80s, but later Kinks certainly. This was only a fiver, and this is on Arista again. Needs a clean, but otherwise it's practically perfect. Oh, lost me old, there it is. So apart from the Kinks debut album, Kinks, which I picked up a new copy of from Slice of Vinyl, a Gospel record shop, back in October, November, which, as I say, was a new copy. But all the other Kinks I've picked up so far have sort of been later. I think Sleepwalker's the earliest I've had, which was 77, 78, something like that. Back to Peter Gabriel, and this is his third. I always get them confused where they're not numbered. Don't say my spine. Let's see if I can just double check. This has got Salisbury Hill on it, and Here Comes the Flood. They're the 2 big songs for this. Oh, why wouldn't you put them in order up there? That's just silly. This is obviously, if you haven't worked out, my computer's on behind. Oh no, this is the first one, Car. I see it scratches second, melts third, security fourth. So I've already got scratch and security, as you've just seen. I picked up So this is Car, which was his debut solo album. Original inner. On Charisma. Again, practically some very minor marking, but practically perfect. And this was £5. All his stuff, certainly album wise, were multiples of 5, which makes sense. It makes my life so much easier, doesn't it? And everyone came bagged as well. Okay, this is Joe Cocker's Night Calls. I picked this up because it's got 5 Women on it, which is a track Prince wrote and gave to him. I had this on CD, but I love that song so much that I thought I'd get this. £10 this one was. It's also got a new, at the time, version of Unchain My Heart on it. Now That Magic Was Gone and All I Know Feels Like Forever must have been singles, but it's an album, it's sort of good background music. It's never been an album I really loved, but Five Women is a 10 out of 10 solid gold masterpiece song. Both Joe Cocker's version and Prince's version, which he did later release his own version of it on the Vault Old Friends for Sale album. Yeah, this looks in very good condition. Yeah, can't see anything wrong with that apart from needing a clean. The next one, you may know I've been picking up the Jam stuff, although I'm not at the moment anticipating moving on to Weller solo. I may do. Sort of bits of it I like, bits of it I'm indifferent to, from what I've heard. I mean, I've heard very little of it, only singles. But I do like the Style Council, so I thought I'd pick up Cafe Bleu for £10. This has got My Ever Changing Moods and You're the Best Thing. They're the two that instantly leap out to me as being stuff I recognise. Oh, it's got something in it. Okay. People who know more than me. I'm thinking Rob Walker. Obviously, I know you're a huge Jam fan, and Paul Weller fan. I presume you've got this Star Council stuff as well. Was this something that came in all the albums? It's a flyer for a book about the Style Council, by the looks of it. And if you're a member of the fan club, I presume you got it cheaper. I'm guessing that's something that was in all of them then, but it's nice to still have it. And just plain blue inner sleeve. Lots of light marks on it. You know, it's been well played, but nothing that hopefully should affect play. This is on... what's it on? Polydor. So I will pick up the Star Council albums as well as the Jams, and then I'll see about Paul Weller. Chances are I will, but obviously a lot of this stuff, the vinyl's hard to come by because it's sort of 90s. But some of it's had reissues. Anyway, moving on to Squeeze, and this is Sweets from a Stranger. This was also £10, as stickered, includes a single Black Coffee in Bed. I think that's the only thing I recognised on here. I do like the title Stranger Than the Stranger on the Shore. I think that's a fantastic title. Yeah, don't recognise any of the other titles. I might know them if any of the tracks were on the greatest hits. And original inner with lyrics. Confused me a minute, but the top ones are upside down. Some A&M. A few light marks and some hairs that need cleaning off. Pet hairs. Nothing major on there. And then Elvis Costello, is this with the Attractions? Yes, Elvis Costello and the Attractions and Trust. This was from... can't see a date on the outside. This was only £5. Well, you can see it there. Something's got stuck to the cover, or, I mean, it's on both sides, so the cover's not in great condition. You know, it looks okay, but when you catch the light, it's got that It's losing its gloss in points. Original inner. Uh, 1984. No, 104. Oh, it's got lots of dates on it. That's confused me. It's published in 81, copyright 84. And then on that side, published 80, published 81, copyright 84. So the album must be from 84. Some of the songs are older. What's that? I'm not sure what that record is. It Imp? Might be Imp, the record label. I think that's his record label. Needs a clean. Otherwise, something there that might stick. It may just need to clean. But Elvis Costello, as I mentioned when I started buying his stuff, I got his A Greatest Hits compilation of his, a 2 CD one that had loads of stuff on it, liked it. So I've decided to get the rest, but he's not somebody I know a huge amount about his back catalogue. Don't recognise any of the titles, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Glenn Tilbrook is a featured vocalist on this from Squeeze. Of course, Elvis has produced Squeeze. This one, Huey Lewis and News' Small World. It was only a £5. I used to have this on cassettes. Well, I probably still have somewhere. Up in the loft. Since I'd picked up Thought and Sports, I never the wrong way round chronologically. I thought I might as well pick this up. None of these, although as I had it, none of these titles are making me sing the tunes in my head, but I'm sure once I stick it on, it'll all come flooding back. But I do like Huey Lewis and the News. This is on Chrysalis. That's damn near perfect. So this was the follow-up to 4, I believe. Memory serves. Then for the Blondie collection, I picked up Auto American. It's a nice matte sleeve. This has got Rapture on it, and the Tide is High. The big songs on this. On Chrysalis. Ooh, these are clean. I can't see any defects. God, we're 20 minutes in and I only touched the surface. Good job I'm doing this over 3 videos, otherwise the video will probably be 2 hours long. Okay. And mentioned before, I'm going to start getting Slade's albums. I picked up their pre-fame, I think it was their first album as Slade, after they were Ambrosia Slade, but it was before they became Glam Slade. I can't remember what it was called, but I showed it when I bought it. But now getting some more proper Slade, although this is 80s, this is 1981, this is We'll Bring the House Down. Don't recognise any of the titles, to be honest. They might be on the greatest hits that I've got. This was £10. This has got the still got the merchandise flyer in there. Buy a t-shirt for £3.95. Oh, I wish. It's on Cheapskate Records Limited. And yeah, some very, very light scuff, no, not even scuffs, you know, just lines if you like. Nothing that should affect play, although you can never tell. £3.95 for a t-shirt. A satin jacket, £11. Enamel badge, £1.20. I think if I send him a postal order, I'll still get them. Then Alan Price, who I'm a huge fan of. I have practically everything of his on CD, but I've picked up a few of his on album, so I thought I might as well get the rest. So this is Rising Sun. This was a tenner. This is from 1980. So it's got a reworking of A House of a Rising Sun, which of course he famously did with the Animals. The other tracks, a couple of them I recognise. It's not one of my favourite of his albums, but it's a perfectly good one. It's got the original inner. Some Jet Records. Yeah, condition seems fine. And similarly, although I have practically everything of Harry Nilsson's on CD, I've picked up a couple of his albums, so again, decided I might as well get the rest. Really happy to get this next one, which is The Point. So The Point was a little musical story that he wrote that was turned into a TV special. It's pretty much about prejudice, really, but it's really nice. I think nice is the right word, actually, but it's just a really nice piece of work. Great songs, great story, beautifully done. It's from 1972, and this, pleasingly, has got the storybook in it. This is only a £5, and it's on RCA. It's marked, but I don't think anything that should affect play. On the orange RCA Victor. Good quality vinyl. Ugh. And then another Harry Nilsson. This one I had to check on Discogs whether I had it or not, because I knew I had Nilsson, Schmilsson, and a little touch of Schmilsson in the night, but I couldn't remember if I had Son of Schmilsson on vinyl, and I didn't. So this is from 1972 again. This is produced. Am I right? No, it's not. Ignore that. But this has got Klaus Vormann on it, and Nicky Hopkins, Pete Frampton, George Harrison, who isn't George Harrison at all, honest. Chris Spedding, did I say him? I don't think I did I? Ray Cooper. Lots of classic. Drums, Richie Snare, who I'm pretty certain is another former Beatle. I might be wrong on that one, but I think it is. I know he has a beard credited on other albums of Harry's. Yes, anyway, songs on this. Spaceman come up on my iPod a couple of times, so I remember that one. None that leap out, but I know it's a good album. It's, again, only a £5. Nice gatefold sleeve. Booklet in there with, oh, is it a poster? It's a poster, a lyric poster with copy poster on the other side. It's amazing that nearly 50 years after release and that's still in there. Yeah, again on the orange RCA. Again, I mean, it's not quite as marked as the point even. A few bits on there. And the original inner sleeve. There's some cryptic messages on there. More Nilsson in a minute, but before then, back to Peter Gabriel, again for a £5. This is Melt, which was his third album from 1980. Still in the shrink, but open. Super Saver series, so it'll be a reissue and it's a cutout as well. But this has got Games Without Frontiers on it and Biko. Obviously two of his biggest songs. And inner sleeve with the lyrics. This is on Geffen. Quite a big scuff on this one, but it might be one of those ones that it's just taken the surface of. It's got feathers. Whoever owned this had a bird. Another one at the start of side 2 as well, which is on Games Without Frontiers. Might need to upgrade this one at some point, but we shall see. So with scuffs, sometimes it just sort of takes the top layer off and it's still perfectly listenable. It just carries on playing. I'll keep dropping these sleeves. But yeah, for £5. It's a risk I'm happy to have taken. Okay, back to Harry Nilsson. This is Pandemonium Shadow Show, which was his second album. I really, really like his early stuff. It is my sort of favourite period of his. I like it all. His first proper album, actually. A spotlight on Nilsson, which is just a compilation of singles and B-sides, sort of pre-fame stuff. And then this was his first album on RCA. Yes. It's got some funny little bubbles on it. I did look at this one yesterday and spotted them. I don't know if you can... I've got to find them. You can sort of see them there. It's almost as if somebody's dropped a bit of acid on it or somewhere as well. You know, something that's caused a reaction with the actual vinyl. Might be okay. It might just be on the surface and might not affect the grooves. What was this one? Oh, this was 15, but this is a very early album. Excuse me. This has got 1941, that's a great song. Cuddly Toy, which the Monkees then did. His version of You Can't Do That, the Beatles song. And She's Leaving Home. And his version of River Deep Mountain High. But yeah, it is a really good album. This and Aerial Ballet, his first two, I just absolutely adore. Sort of an innocence behind him before he got too much into the drink and drugs. Speaking of which, this is Flash Harry. So this is from 1980. It's one of his later albums. This is his last. This was on Mercury. This was after he left RCA, but I think this is in the RCA box set still. Pink, or is it? Might not be. I might not already have this album. Thinking about it, I think this is the one that I don't have. This is only a £5. Eric Idle appears on here. It's mainly covers. It's a couple. It's about half and half. But one track he wrote with Ringo Starr, Richard Starkey. One he wrote with Harry Nilsson. And it includes Bright Side of Life by Idle, so I'm presuming that is Always Look On the. Yes. This is around the time he was working on Popeye as well, which I've always loved that soundtrack, so hopefully this is in a similar vein. Very good condition vinyl, and it's on, as I say, on Mercury. Yeah, so looking forward to hearing that one. Still a fair few to go. I will hopefully have edited some of the, to see talking overdoing it, some of the putting the records away to speed up. Okay, so next we have back to Elvis Costello and the Attractions. This is Almost Blue, and this has got Good Year for the Roses on it. Again, I might recognise some of the others when I hear them. This is from 1981. Sweet Dreams was apparently a single as well, going by the hype sticker. But this was again only a £5. And this is on F-Beat. Yeah, excellent condition. And it's a polyline sleeve, so that saves me using one of mine. Lots of these sleeves, the outer sleeves come unglued, but that's never a problem. If I wanted to, I could go through and glue them all, but the bags keep them together anyway. Back to Blondie, and again only a £5 for their classic album Parallel Lines. I do have a CD of this. It was given away free with one of the papers, and we had excess stock at work, so I kept one of them because they don't get returned to the newspapers afterwards. Hanging on the telephone one way or another. Picture This, Sunday Girl, Heart of Glass are on this. It is, you know, their classic album. This is on Chrysalis, original inner sleeve. Dirty and is clearly being played quite a bit, especially the A side. But it should be fine. That one. And also for a £5, back to Slade, and this is the Amazing Kamikaze Syndrome. I sort of had to double, although it was in the Slade section, I sort of double took on this one because I wasn't familiar with the album title at all. I saw the sticker, and I thought, was that on the right album even? Because it does not look like a Slade album, if you don't know. This has got, as it says, My Oh My, which I've got a single of, I bought at the time, I always loved that song. And Sailor V, which doesn't ring a bell. It's also got Run Run Away on it, which was a big hit in America, I believe. Sort of their best charting song in America. And Now the Waltz, Sailor V is the full title of it. But yeah, it's proper Slade. It's all the people you would know. As I say, My Oh My. I think that was sort of their last big hit over here before Noddy left them. It's on RCA. Light marking on side 2, but side 1 looks practically perfect. Then back to Alan Price. This is his self-titled album from 70 something 7. Yeah, 1977. Just for You. I can sing to myself. That's probably the only one, but I recognise the titles, and it is an album I have on CD and I've heard a couple of times at least. Again, not tip-top Alan Price, but still good stuff. It's a punch-out album. This was only a £5 again. Original inner with lyrics. It's on United Artists. Well, Jet Records. Which must be a subsidiary of United Artists because both logos are on there. Yeah, very clean vinyl. Always amazes me when artists put out self-titled albums so late in their career. I mean, surely Just For You would be a good title for an album. Or even Rainbow's End. Or Poor Boy, that would be a good album title. Sure he had his reasons. Okay, another Alan Price, and this is actually an Alan Price album I didn't already own, and that's a very rare thing. This is Travelling Man. He had a £5 copy of this and a £10 copy of this, and I picked up the £10 copy because it is signed by Alan Price. I do have his signature on a couple of things, but always happy, especially for £10, to pick up another. Dedicated to Ian, George and Leslie. Lots of love, Alan Price. I don't know if the pen was dodgy or it's just faded with time, but he has come away, and I'm guessing it's a dodgy pen. Yeah, that's sort of by the by from getting the album. I'm not entirely sure. It sort of looks like it might be a live album, but I don't recognise. There's well-known songs, well-known Alan Price songs on there, so it might be new stuff. It's on Trojan Records. Also arranged by Prices on there, and a couple of co-writes. Class it as a compilation. It says this compilation 1986. Don't know about that. Yeah, vinyl's clean as a whistle. Oh god, this is long. Okay. Only 3 more? 3 or 4? 3, I think. Another Alan Price. This is Performing Price. As I mentioned when I was showing the CDs of, I love this live album. He's got a full orchestra with him, and it's just really good. Double album. Full of his classics. On Polydor. Yeah, nice clean disc there. Well, it needs a clean, but no scratches. polyline sleeve for this one, which the first one wasn't. Obviously replacement inners, so I don't know if it originally had anything on there. One little scratch at the end of the third side, but it might not affect play. What tracks are that going to be? High lily, high low, I don't mind if that skips. And then we've got another one more Allen Price. This was a tenner. This is his soundtrack to Oh Lucky Man. I love this album. It's just an amazing piece of work. It's very short, but it is brilliant, and it's a brilliant film as well. This is on Warner Brothers, as the film was released through them. Vinyl looks practically perfect. I'm hoping for really good sound on this, given it is. I think the whole thing's less than half an hour. This was a tenner. Poor People, Sell, Sell, Sell. Changes is sort of a big, well-known song from this. It was later used in the Volkswagen advert, where Paula Hamilton leaves her home and she throws away all the stuff that her boyfriend, she's obviously just split up with, or husband, gave her, and then she's just about to drop her car keys, and then she realises, no, it's a Volkswagen, I'm not going to lose the car, and drives off in it. Last one, Slayed Alive. This was 10. Mainly covers by the looks of it, which I was never aware of. I just assumed it was going to be full of their hits, but obviously not. It's only 7 tracks on Polydor. Yes, I'm interested to give that a listen, find out exactly what it is. If you, as I say, I've always had misconceptions about it. Yeah, so that's what I picked up from Soundz, not including the Prince single, because that didn't have a price on it, and he just, as soon as he saw it, he just sort of put it to one side, and it was obvious he was just going to let me have that. It all came to £195, he let me have it for £150, so more or less 25% discount. Very kind. I'm really happy with that haul. I won't do any more waffle, because obviously this is going to be about 3/4 of an hour, this video, sorry. I say that was just trip 1. I then went on to RPM. More about that in the next video, which will probably be up tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.